Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. This is Barry. Just enjoying this morning here in the south. It is cool this morning. We got down into the low 40s. It's warmed up a little bit. I uploaded a video this morning, edited it, uploaded it on YouTube. About hilling the potatoes, so that's kind of kept me busy the first hour or so of the day. And we fixed me and old Buster. He's sitting over there waiting on me. We fixed to go down the bottom of the hill and go for a little morning walk and get in the shop and figure out what we're going to do today. I'm guessing it's all going to be wrapped around the wicking tubs. I got 2 more left sitting down there. I'm going to put tomatoes in, then I'm gonna cut them 55s in half and put all peppers in the 55s. That'll be 6 of them by the time you cut 3 of them in half. And I don't know, I really need more planting space than that. I've got quite a few more peppers, and I want my peppers. We eat a lot of bell peppers. Anything we cook, we're going to just about put bell peppers in it. So I want to put a lot more up this year. We put quite a few bell peppers in the freezer, and they're fine. Freezer bell pepper is fine for putting in spaghetti, putting in taco meat, putting in anything you want to flavor with it. They're not good on pizza because they lose so much of their crunch. I guess they're wet. They're kind of wet anyways when you thaw them out from the freezer and cut them up. And anyways, nonetheless, if we make a pizza here at the house, we're going to pick up a fresh bell pepper at the store and slice it up and put it on top of it. Well, feeling pretty good. Gonna get busy. There's old Buster. He decided to come up here on the steps and Buster, say hello to everybody. And sometimes he'll talk to you for a treat. I'll take him to the bank with me and I'll get him to talk to that lady at the teller, for a treat. Well, anyways, here's something else I'm gonna show you. We had a reveal party yesterday at the house, and look at there. Can you see all the confetti out there on the ground? Yeah, ain't that something? Guess what we're gonna have? That's what I guess it'll be our 4th grandchild. Yeah, me and the wife was just excited about that, that's for sure. And we got my oldest, she'll in 2 weeks, maybe a little over 2 weeks, she'll be graduating high school. And of course, this one here will be born in November. And then we got one that's a little over 4 years old, which we keep her all the time. And then we got another that's about a year and a half old. I wished I could get that and his daddy involved in some of these videos. He's a gardener. He takes it serious. It's kind of funny. He got gardening from me. I would guess, I don't know, never helped me in the garden growing up. Was at least not in the least bit interested in it. But something's got him excited about it, man. He's got a greenhouse. He's got, I don't know how many raised beds I'm talking about. He's got, it's vegetables and everything else, and flowers and just all kinds of things. I mean, he's got his place looking like paradise over there, when everything's a growing. Got him a tiller the other day. I was tickled to death. He was so excited about that tiller. It's fun watching you kids, grow up and change and become what they are. Wife and I she's got 2 boys, I got 2 boys. And they're all good kids, and that is such a blessing. blessing in life right there. They're just all good kids. But anyways, let me get busy. We'll find something to do. I know we're gonna do the little walk this morning. That's where we're gonna start. And we'll be at the shop. I'm gonna grab a jacket. It's too chilly to be out here right now. And we'll catch up when we get down to the shop. Hey Buster. Folks is looking at you. Yeah, old Buster, hey my buddy. All right. We out here at the garden. It's such a beautiful day. Kind of feel like talking's just messing the beauty of it up. Let's get up and go for a walk. Poor old Buster, I wish that foot of his would get well quicker. Now you see a squirrel or something, he'll lay that foot down and go after it. Oh, look at my taters, aren't they looking good? I'll tell you what. They shot up 3 or 4 inches just since I put the fertilizer on them. Healed them the other day. Got this little swampy area down here. It didn't do much last year in the corn area, but I planted it anyways. Who knows what it's going to produce at the end of the season. We're going to go over here to the cross for a little while. It's a good place to pray right here. Father God, I thank you, Lord. Thank you for the blessings in my life. For my kids, for my grandkids, for my church, for my family. Thank you, Lord, how you blessed me so richly. I know, Lord, if you were to call me home today, I wouldn't have nothing to complain about. I've lived a good life. Lord, I also thank you that I'm kind of looking ahead to another growing season, another time to put some seed in the ground, watch it grow and gather harvest. And give stuff to friends and family. Lord, you've been so good to me. So many people I want to pray for, Lord. You know them all by name. I just thank you, Lord. In Jesus' name. In Jesus' name. Amen. I was scratching around on some of this ground the other day and run across this little old thing. It's a little old link for a mule plow, I guess. But you have to wonder how long that thing's been in the ground and who plowed with it. I mean, I found it over here in this little old pile of dirt. But it's old dirt. There's nobody lived on this place for the last 60, well, I'm gonna say 60 years easily, because you know that's how long I've been around, and I don't ever remember anybody living up here. It was crazy growing up. But you can see it's an activity in and around the woods when you start cleaning things up from years and years ago. And I don't know where it was pioneers or what, who knows. And this area was kind of settled back in the 1850s. You know, it was for iron ore and such as that to come out of the ground. Birmingham's kind of known to be the steel city. Much less so now is it considered the steel city. We did during the last administration, economy was good and companies were moving back to the United States. We did have two big steel companies around here come in there and put in a new arc furnace and start building, you know, reopened an old plant's what they done. They closed it down years ago, back in I guess 2010, somewhere around in there. They were just outdated. So with the American steel market doing a little better, they reopened the plant. It's still going, And we got U.S. Steel, U.S. Pipe, and Sipco is the companies around here that's doing. They're doing real well right now. They are selling a lot of. I know Sipco, that's called, my brother retired there. They just sell a lot of pipe overseas, over in Saudi Arabia and such as that. But anyways, we just here kind of enjoying the beauty. Now, this time of the year, you just got to enjoy what's right in front of your eyes, because the trees are full and you really can't see past the horizon over there. But it is nice. You know, all you do is sit here and say, thank you, Lord. Well, let me finish this little walk with you guys. Then I may make another lap or two. Try to get a little exercise today. Blueberries is coming on along. Getting full. You pay attention, this tree, it does got a few blueberries on it, not many. This tree, this bush, that is full. That bush back yonder, I got them on both sides. I got two different kinds. I don't remember what they are off the top of my head. And this bush right here, last season, some worms got a hold of it and ate every leaf there was off of the bush. I mean, stripped it naked. And I got rid of them. But I thought that the bush would just die. I mean, they cleaned it overnight. Even I would just say within just a few hours. Peach tree is not going to produce nothing, absolutely nothing this year. Apple trees, they're just most little crab apples, not much good. But they're going to produce good, I always do. Plums, I lost so many plum trees, I guess I'm not getting any cross-pollination or anything on them, or maybe that late frost got them. Back in late February, early March, it looked like snow on the ground over here. These pear trees bloomed out, and you know, blooms fell on the ground. It's pretty. But then we had that late frost. And I mean, this thing was full of fruit too. I thought, oh man, I'm gonna have some pears this year. And I can't see there's one piece of fruit on this tree anymore. Still signs where the frost burnt the leaves, but I had these things in the ground for quite a few years, and I've never got a pear off of them yet, for that very reason. We always end up getting a late frost. Our last frost date was supposed to have been mid-March, and we had one about 10-12 days after that. Just, yeah, I guess it aggravates me, but that's just the way it is. So much to do. Good day to do it though. Usually I start early and I quit about the time it heats up, but today I guess I'll be hanging in there till dark 30, especially this cool weather. Try to get a few things done. You ever have things just weigh heavy on your heart? I do. Just little things, man. Well, ain't little to who's dealing with it. You know, I think about these procedures I've just had. You know, it makes you realize, hey, life's short. I wouldn't have thought I was going to need 3 stents. Seemed like it came on kind of sudden. But they got them in there, and I feel a little bit better. I'm a little less short-winded. Before I had it done, this walk would have, it would not only have me breathing hard, but it would have had my chest hurting, and I would have just had to sit down in the truck for about 10 minutes. And now, you know, I'm breathing a little bit hard, but you know, I don't feel no tightness, and I don't feel like I'm exhausted. I'll lay this camera down. I'll make another loop around through here, and I'll probably do that 2 or 3 times today, just as I see fit. Just different people I'm around. My brother-in-law lost his mom and his brother all within the last 10-12 days, and I just know what he's dealing with. He's someone's definitely in my prayers. I listened to Brother in Christ and Dana Coverstone. He's up in southern Kentucky there. I'm telling you, he went from what they said was pneumonia to a hole in his esophagus, and laid up in the hospital, and I think he said 22 days he's been in the hospital. Of course, he's he's a bit younger than I am, but so he's somebody that's been in my prayers. You know, even the country itself, I pray for pray for it a lot. I mean, I pray for our leadership. I pray for everything that's going on around the world. It's just very, very touch and go. We've gotten ourselves in a mess, and people don't kind of change the way they think, it's going to get worse. But anyways, I'm gonna lay this camera down, get busy. There's only so much I can do about it. But I can get these tomatoes in the ground. I can get these peppers in the ground. You know, I keep Buster bandaged up. You know, try to keep the bills paid. Keep the old tractors running. Scott works a pretty good job just keeping tires on your car. I bought these old tires for $225 used. So one but 3 of them. But there were 3 of them that matched the ones that was on it, and I had one that wasn't too bad. Thank goodness I had a little old tire changer where I swapped them all over, and I got me a good set of Michelins on there now, you know. But back in 2018, 19, I bought them Michelins for about $800. I thought that was outrageous, you know. I mean, it was, you know, that was high. I won't say outrageous, it was just high. Man, they $1,150. This go around, same tire, same company, same everything. And I thought, man, that is something right there. I mean, that's a whole paycheck right there. I mean, for a lot of people in this country. I mean, there's a lot of people in this country ain't bringing home more than $300, $350 a week. And, you know, I mean, by the time they take everything out of your check, between the Obamacare and or whatever kind of insurance you got, and taxes, and then you get that little old skinny paycheck, and then everything you buy is 10% more taxes, and then if you own something that maintains its value, well, that ain't even the case. I mean, it don't have to maintain its value. You know, a car loses its value, but you got to pay taxes on it every year. But, you know, of course, a house could. Most time it does increase. They wear you out on property taxes on everything you own. And it's not going to get better. It never has. I mean, they'll just keep asking for more and more and more. That's all there is to it. I mean, they're in the room right now. Whether it's your city, politicians, or your county politicians, or state politicians, or your federal politicians, they're all in a room right now trying to figure out how to get a little more money out of our pockets. And that's, you know, trying to get more than they got yesterday. You know, sales tax around here is 10%. I remember when it was 4. You know, it's 10 now. I remember when it went to 5, and then it went almost immediately to 6. Then 7, 8, 9, 10. You know, and then you pay, I think we're at like 37 cents a gallon here in Alabama, and I know they added another 10 cents to it. We was at 27 before that, so my math says we're at 37. Which it may have That may not be exactly correct, but I promise you it's pretty close. 37 cents a gallon just on fuel. I mean, how many times, I fill up ever? Well, when I was working, I was filling up every week. Now I'm probably, I probably get by 2 weeks sometimes on a tank full. Well, I mean, that's right at 18 gallons of fuel times 35 cents. Well, they, so $5-6 every tank full going to the government, which around here they said they were doing it to pave the roads. But that was what the first tax was for, the road tax was for, pave roads and the interstates. They had federal tax in there too for the roads. But then they needed more for the roads, and that wasn't enough all of a sudden. And it's not like the roads are in good shape. They're kind of rough. I don't know. I guess this is one of them videos I'm gonna delete most of it. Let me get busy. Alright, here's the wicking tubs. This piece here is exactly 50 inches long. And this is just a little old piece I put over the pipe that runs to the inside. It's gonna keep the filtration fabric from collapsing in around the drain hole. Probably not necessary, but that's what I'm gonna do since I got these little scrap pieces left over. Which I wouldn't have scrap pieces left over if they had a 100-foot roll of stuff, but they did not. And that's just life. Right, let me cut some filtration fabric. I'll lay it on top of it and fill them up with dirt. That'll put me 6 more tomato plants in the ground. And I'll slice these 55s open. They're all gonna be pepper. Keep on moving.